Wow.
Unconfirmed.
Unconfirmed. Unconfirmed reports about Gaddafi being captured.
Oh, really?
Unconfirmed.
American Secretary of State Hillary Clinton was stunned when she learnt of Muammar Gaddafi's arrest.
We're getting reports that Colonel Gaddafi's body has been laid out in a mosque in the western city of Misrata.
No, it is lying in a temporary hospital or a field hospital just south of Misrata.
For most of the afternoon, there were conflicting media reports about whether Gaddafi had just been captured or also killed. Libya's interim leadership in Tripoli, Benghazi and London confirmed Gaddafi's violent death.
Muammar Gaddafi has been killed on the hands of the revolutionaries.
وطويت إلى غير رجعة صفحة القذافي ونظامه واستبداده عن ليبيا وعن وجه الأرض.
And Gaddafi's tyranny and dictatorship has been finally ended, and this chapter has been closed for Libya and for all the world.
Ordinary Libyans were beside themselves.
We have brought about a great achievement, freeing every inch of our country. We all now face the challenge of building new Libya.
2011 will go down as a tumultuous year for Libya, more so the 20th of October.
Look at Libya. It doesn't want dignity, it doesn't want honor, it doesn't want liberation, it doesn't want revolution. It wants chaos and beards and turbans. It wants colonialism, regression and shame.
The Arab Spring at the beginning of this year that unexpectedly toppled Tunisia and Egypt's longtime presidents inspired pro-democracy protests in Libya in mid-February.
I was talking to young people at the Green Square, but I had to come here to prove that I'm in Tripoli, not in Venezuela, and to refute the malicious rumors made by those wicked channels.
During a 75-minute speech on state TV, Muammar Gaddafi ranted and raved. He referred to his Libyan opponents as cockroaches and terrorists who should be executed.
Where have you been? You were serving your masters, the Americans, or the Libyan people, or the Arab nation, or the Islamic nation, or Africa, or Latin America. We cannot let it go.
Gaddafi called on his supporters to crush the anti-government protests.
If you don't, go to the street, chase them, disarm them. The death penalty will be applied to all.
Muammar Gaddafi vowed to die a martyr. Slowly but surely, his control over Libya started shrinking. This was the desperate plea of a Tripoli resident.
Each day is a year for us. People hurt, people killed, people need help supplies. The United Nations, they have to do something.
UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon urged Gaddafi to stop his madness.
I have seen very disturbing and shocking scenes where Libyan authorities have been firing at demonstrators from the warplanes and helicopters. This is unacceptable. This must stop immediately.
Thousands of foreigners, including South Africans, fled Libya. Oil prices hit their highest levels in 3 years when several companies suspended production.
Look at that. That is the Libyan crisis. Brent crude for April looks to be touching $108 a barrel. And the latest we have is that Royal Dutch Shell says that all its expat employees have been withdrawn from the country.
Muammar Gaddafi insisted in an interview with the BBC's Jeremy Bowen that the Libyans loved him and weren't protesting.
No demonstration at all in the streets.
In Zawiya, yesterday I saw demonstrations.
Are they supporting us?
No, they're not supporting
They
us.
are not against us.
Some were against you and some were for you.
No, no one against us. Against me for what? They love me all.
The American ambassador to the UN, Susan Rice, described Gaddafi as delusional.
When he can laugh in talking to American and international journalists while he is slaughtering his own people, it only underscores how unfit he is to lead and how disconnected he is from reality.
In mid-March this year, the African Union mandated President Jacob Zuma and 4 African counterparts to mediate an end to Libya's bloody conflict. Gaddafi accepted their political roadmap for peace, but still showed no sign of stepping down. The UN Security Council authorized a no-fly zone over Libya, which NATO enforced with airstrikes. In June, the International Criminal Court issued an arrest warrant for Gaddafi for crimes against humanity. 2 months ago, Muammar Gaddafi lost the Battle of Tripoli. Gaddafi was effectively ousted from power after ruling Libya with an iron fist for 42 years. While he was in hiding, the United Nations recognized the National Transitional Council. Among the world leaders that have reacted to Muammar Gaddafi's death are British Prime Minister David Cameron, American President Barack Obama, and UN Chief Ban Ki-moon.
Libyans can only realize the promise of the future through national unity and reconciliation. This is the time for healing and rebuilding, for generosity of spirit, not for revenge. All Libyans must be able to recognize themselves in the nation's government and leadership.
I'm Angie Kaplianis in Johannesburg.